Oh. Skip it up and that up. Hey everybody, it's your favorite fat YouTube host, Review Diablo Immortal USA, yeah! And today I have more Diablo Immortal news for you, because this is a shitstorm that just won't stop. Ever. I hope, at least a week from now I'm done talking about this. Well, two major pieces of news regarding Blizzard and Diablo Immortal came up. One being that former team lead over at Blizzard, Mark Kern, he was the brainchild behind World of Warcraft. And as I was researching for this story, I found out some other interesting games that he worked on. And I had this for the 3DO. He actually used to work for Naughty Dog, and he worked for the Mortal Kombat clone. He worked on the Mortal Kombat clone called Way of the Warrior. If you haven't played that, do yourself a favor and find a way to play it. It's so bad that it's good. He's also worked on a whole bunch of other games for Blizzard, like StarCraft, StarCraft 64. He worked on Diablo 2. It's a little game you may have heard of. And he also worked on Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne. Try to say that 3 times fast. I goddamn dare you. You can't do it. Well, anyway, he had a lot to say about the whole Diablo Immortal fiasco. He called out other games journalists, which I'll discuss after I read what he wrote on Twitter. And he had a lot of interesting things to say. So brace yourselves. He said a lot, and I want to discuss it with you and read it so we could go further into why I agree with him. Blizzard gamers are not smugly entitled, nor are they toxic, and they are most certainly not mad about a mobile version of Diablo because they hate the women's. The craziest blue check theory I've seen so far. And I know who he's talking about. We'll discuss that after I read what he has to say. Since I was a producer on Diablo 2, a lot of people have been asking for my thoughts on the whole Diablo Immortal fiasco. I hate to say it, but what you are seeing is Blizzard not understanding gamers anymore. There is nothing wrong with having a mobile version of Diablo. I've said the same thing. In fact, I would have wanted one as an option. But the way it was hinted at and presented and the failure of Blizzard management to predict the backlash caught me by surprise. Blizzard used to be really gamer-driven. Blizzard coyly played up the Diablo hype, which is a good move, but failed to anticipate their PC-based audience was going to expect, well, a PC-based announcement. And that following all that hype up with a different product is a huge bait-and-switch feeling moment. Again, I agree with him. Blizzard has said now that they are working on multiple Diablo projects. They really should have dropped a teaser for their PC-based project alongside their mobile announcement if that's the case. But what is really telling is that this surprised them. They were expecting backlash, but they didn't have a plan for it. They didn't predict the wave. Any Diablo gamer could have simply told you what would happen if you asked. Blizzard never used to have to ask, because it was made up of hardcore gamers from top to bottom. We used to say we were our own harshest audience for our games. I would have had a line of devs outside my door telling me this was a bad move. The fact that Blizzard was A, unprepared for this reaction, and B, had no plans to mitigate it even knowing some of it was coming, is a great disappointment to me. It smacks of, yeah, well, suck it down. Sorry, John Romero, it wasn't your fault. This isn't a toxic gamer issue. It's not an entitlement issue. It's just bad PR handling and a bad culture on the part of Blizzard, I'm sad to say. It's a culture that says, we know better, and fits right in with, you think you do, but you don't. Maybe you don't know better anymore, Blizzard. Maybe you've really lost touch with gamers and you are now in some billion-dollar-a-year ivory tower. That needs some reflection on your part, because that's how big businesses fail. Remember Nokia? Remember Blockbuster Video? Today's devs need to talk to gamers all the time. Game devs have gotten so big it's easy to lose touch. Many devs stop playing games as they start to make them professionally. You need to make an effort to connect and tear down the corporate wall and get to know your audience. And I like how Blizzard isn't blaming their customers yet, but say they are passionate. That's pretty good so far, but an apology and a PC reveal would be better. They are busy with BlizzCon wind down, but I hope to see a better response after all this. As for mainstream gaming journalists, they are blaming gamers, and so are a lot of know-nothing devs in mobile and indie. To them I say, be prepared to lose a lot of customers and money, because it's never right to blame your customers for your own PR blunders and learn nothing. I agree with basically everything he said, but I want to go back to his first tweet is because I know who he's talking about, and I want to discuss that real quick. Blizzard gamers are not smugly entitled, nor are they toxic, and they most certainly are not mad about a mobile version of Diablo because they hate the women's. Who is he referring to? What is he talking about? Well, I'll tell you. There is a person in the industry who I have not heard of before this whole fiasco named Will Powers. He's done PR for Koch Media, Deep Silver. He used to work for Sony Computer Entertainment America. And he has a theory as to why gamers are so mad about Diablo Immortal, and it's one of the most ridiculous ones I've ever heard, and I've heard a lot of ridiculous crap since I've been doing YouTube full time. This is what his tweet was, and this is why he thinks, this is why Mr. Woke thinks that gamers are mad at Diablo Immortal. Let's read this brilliant tweet. Here's a hot take. The people that bash on mobile gaming are an offshoot of toxic masculinity. They get off on hating something that they've traditionally associated with a heavily female audience. Yes! Oh, yeah, oh. He thinks the reason why people don't like Diablo Immortal is because women use their phones more. Women play games on their phones more. How stupid I don't even think it's stupid. I don't even think it's stupidity. It's you, let me move my iPad out of here. It's someone looking for any excuse to shoehorn in feminism and sexism and politics into anything. How about Will Powers? Maybe it's because people who enjoy Diablo don't want to tap on a screen. They don't want to do this. Maybe they actually want to use a mouse and keyboard. It's a more visceral experience. They feel more attached to the game. Maybe they don't want a Diablo game that even if you have to pay for it initially, is going to be riddled with microtransactions. Maybe it was people saying, I'll tolerate Diablo Immortal if it also comes out to PC. Maybe it was people simply disappointed because Blizzard was hyping this up that they were going to have some major announcement, and people, after 6+ years since Diablo 3 was released, they were expecting a new Diablo, were disappointed. Maybe it's all of those things. Or you could be right, which you're not, and it's a bunch of people that are sexist that are mad because, phones are for women and a Diablo game is going to something that's generally where women play. Are you really that stupid? You are such a sad human being. For Christ's sake, that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen anyone tweet. Look, and I see what other journalists are saying, and they're missing the point. And Mark Kearney's right. The games industry needs to stop attacking the journalists, whether it be journalists or developers. And that's one thing you got to give Blizzard credit for. They're not attacking their fans that are pissed off. But there's this divide with the gaming community and games journalists, and it needs to stop. I'm not saying that the gaming community doesn't have their moments where they could be toxic. I agree with you. They can be toxic. I've seen it firsthand. But this is not one of those situations, okay? I've said it before. Blizzard had people get hyped up expecting a huge AAA true announcement, and they didn't give it, okay? We'll talk more about that in a minute. And secondly, they're completely alienating the core Diablo audience, which is on PC. Even if Diablo Immortal was a game coming out for mobile devices, okay, people would have been much happier and the response would have been nowhere near as negative if they also had that game coming out to PC and consoles, which I think you're dumb for not doing, Blizzard. You're missing out on a revenue stream. Okay, I'm sure you're going to have microtransactions in the game, and I'm sure people on PC and consoles would have been willing to hand over money to get someone to be in those microtransactions. Why are you not doing it? You're missing out on multiple revenue streams, which I think is crazy. But everyone out there who is attacking gamers and saying they're entitled and they're sexist, I don't even, how did you even come to that conclusion? That is absolutely, you're insane. You really are insane. Or whatever the case may be that you're concluding in attacking gamers, the same gamers that read your articles and keep you in business, it has nothing to do with the things you're accusing them of. They just were expecting something different. They were expecting a little more appreciation from Blizzard. Again, I'm sure a lot of people would have been okay if Diablo Immortal also came out on other platforms and not just on iOS and Android. So you're missing what people are mad about. And if you're a games journalist and you're missing that point, maybe you need to find a new job because you're not doing your job properly. You're acting like an activist and not a journalist, and that's not a good thing. Now, the last piece of information that I got was they were supposedly going to make a Diablo 4 reveal or announcement. I heard they had a video ready. Now, the only thing in question is if it was actually going to be shown at BlizzCon. But they had something prepared to show it sometime soon. And then they decided at the last minute that they didn't have enough. Which, Blizzard, what were you thinking again? Let's look at Bethesda during E3. Okay, E3 2018. They announced Fallout 76, which a lot of people are calling Meme Out 76 because, and I even saw it too, Fallout 76 looks like a multiplayer add-on for Fallout 4. To me, it doesn't look like it's its own game, but I haven't played the beta. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a huge Fallout person anyway, so whatever. And then they showed the Elder Scrolls games for smartphones and iOS. And, you know, it was like, wah, wah, we want to see something real. And they knew that people wanted to hear an announcement about a new Elder Scrolls game since Skyrim came out all the way back in 2011 for 7th gen consoles initially, long time ago. So what they did is equivalent to this, Bethesda, but it still made their diehard fans happy.
The Elder Scrolls 6 Cucumber.
Developers and publishers have to keep the finger on the pulse of what their consumer wants. And if you ignore that and think that you're better than the people who put you where you are by investing in your products because they love what you made, you're doomed. And to the game journalists out there blindly attacking the consumer that's mad about the fact that Diablo Immortal is only coming out to mobile devices and not understanding why consumers are mad and accusing them of being entitled and sexist and all this other ridiculous crap, maybe it's time for you to find a new job because you're acting like idiots and you're not doing your job properly. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.
Hey, congratulations! If you made it to the end of the video, you should subscribe to Review Tech USA so you can hear me blabber on some more. Also, too, starting this month, I will be live streaming solely on Twitch. I'll have a link to my Twitch channel below in the description. And last but not least, make sure you click that like button. It helps out the show big time. See you guys in the next video.